Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a full face of Il Makiage, so if you want to see how I got this beat, then keep on watching. Alright, we are filming a YouTube video today. First things first, we're going to start with skincare like I normally would because I don't want to do the primer without doing my skincare. I want to give it the best base. So I'm taking the Caudalie face mist. It's my favorite face mist. Super fine. Has grape water extract in there, so that's super calming and antioxidant rich. I'm following up my face mist with some serum. I have been using the hyaluronic acid and niacinamide together, and I start in my T-zone. Just kind of work the serum into the skin. And we're gonna go in with my moisturizer for today. This is the Maracuja Niacinamide Moisturizer from Selfless by Hyram. I don't think it's sold anymore, actually. I think he stopped selling it. I still really like it. I'm just trying to get rid of a lot of my moisturizer so I can try new things. But I like this moisturizer because it's very light on my skin, but the Maracuja mixed with the hyaluronic I put on packs a lot of moisture. Now that my skincare is out of the way, we are going to focus on the primer. So this is the No Filter Poreless Base Smoothing Primer. Look at this packaging. Oh my goodness. But one thing is, like, makeup gets dirty, and I can already tell that this is probably going to get a bunch of fingerprints on it. It already is getting a bunch of fingerprints, actually. But let's take a look at the application. It's a pump. It's silicone based, so I personally am okay with silicone. I don't mind applying silicone to my face, but I know there's a lot of people out there who don't like silicone. I feel like as long as you're washing your skin and taking care of your skin at night, applying silicone to the face should be fine. So let's see what it looks like. Hello? Primer! Where you at, girlfriend? Oh, okay, there it goes. Definitely a thick primer. That's all those silicones in there. It feels like it's going to be pretty smoothing. It reminds me of an e.l.f. primer. It smells like silicone. I'm going to apply. And with silicone primers, you kind of want to press them into the skin. It feels like the blurring primer from YSL to me. It applies very similar. Wow, it is like instantly smoothing my skin. You can see how much more matte this side looks compared to this side of my face. I think it looks really good. Okay, so here's the Il Makiage brush. It is $45, which is actually the same price as the foundation, which is a little crazy to me. The handle does feel nice and firm, but it's not like super heavy. It still seems kind of light. And let me just compare it to my favorite all-time foundation brush. This is the Real Techniques foundation brush, and this is the Il Makiage. As you can see, they're both dense brushes. This one is actually tapered, which I like. This one is just completely round. And the Real Techniques is $10, whereas this is $45. So that's why I kind of say all brushes are really alike, and I don't see the need to spend upwards of $15 for a brush. Okay, it's not shedding like crazy, which is good. There is one hair out of place right here, which kind of triggers me. It kind of annoys me. So this is the Il Makiage Woke Up Like This foundation base. It does retail for $45, same as the brush. And I was able to select my shade, so hopefully this is a match. But here's what the bottle looks like. It's a nice heavy glass bottle with a plastic top. Even the lid has some weight to it, which is nice. You get 1 fluid ounce for $45, which is not overly pricey for a foundation, but it's also not the cheapest for a foundation. This is what the formula is looking like. I would say it's pretty similar consistency to the Lancome foundation that I just recently tried. It's pretty similar to that. Whenever I'm looking for a lightweight foundation, I always compare it to the House Labs because that is the most coverage and the thinnest formula that I have actually seen. So whenever somebody says that they're a lightweight coverage, I always compare it to the House Labs. I'm gonna hope and pray that I have an okay color match today. This side has primer and this side does not. And when I apply foundation, I like to do pressing and patting motions. I don't like to swipe or circle or drag. And this foundation is a medium to high coverage. It smells really good. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Kind of smells like lotion, like Aveeno. Yeah, it's giving Aveeno. If you're sensitive to fragrance, you might not really like this, but it smells pretty good to me. The foundation match is a little bit light, but I'm gonna hit it up with some bronzer and blush, so I don't think it'll be too off. I can make it work. Are you chasing your tail? You're so fucking cute. Oh my god. Okay, back to the foundation. So this is one layer, and I will say it definitely smoothed my skin. It does have a pretty matte finish. I wouldn't say natural matte finish. It's looking very matte. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm talking about on camera, but in person, it definitely is giving more texture than I would like. So I'm going to continue. We're not going to stop here. We're just going to keep moving. Next up is the Fuck I'm Flawless Multi-Perfecting Concealer. I have the shade number 8. This is a long wear concealer. It's supposed to have a smooth matte finish. So we're going to go in. This is the applicator. And we're just going to go in like normal. The applicator is very small. I'm not sure if I like that because I have a big face, so I kind of need a bigger applicator, but these are all the places I would normally put concealer. I'm going to blend it out with my Real Techniques. This is the 402 setting brush. The girls who get it, get it. Okay, so here's what the concealer looks like. It's definitely like a medium to full coverage. I feel like I need to put another layer on because I can still see some darkness. Concealer does dry kind of fast, so I don't recommend applying it and then letting it sit. You definitely want to blend it immediately. In fact, I need to spray a little bit of setting spray. I'm just going to use some Hydro Grip setting spray really quick because my face feels a little dry. Next up, we're going to try this blush. This is the Baked Blush, retailing at $36. You can apply it wet or dry. I want to apply it dry with this brush. Wow, okay. Lots of pigment in there. It does have a little bit of shimmer. Super gorgeous. It's giving Dior, and I'm so here for it. I'm going to highlight my under eyes with the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Powder. I like to take it on my puff and press the extra on my hand and then just go right in. Boom. Now we're trying the Girl Boss Quad. This is the eyeshadow palette that they offer, and it comes in a couple different options. I have this is the Call the Shots. Right off the bat, you can feel it's super heavy, very luxury. And I'll show you guys the inside. These are the shadows up close. 3 shimmers and 1 matte. I wish there was more mattes in here, honestly. Like if it was 3 mattes and 1 shimmer, that would be more up my alley, but we're gonna make it work today. I don't really want to have to start with this really deep color, but that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna take this shade right here. I want to do like a little bit of a smoky look today. The eyeshadow feels a little stiff. I don't know if it's because I'm using it on this brush, but it's like a baked formula, I guess. I don't know. Now we're gonna try this golden bronzy shimmer shade right here. Yeah, weird formula on the eyeshadows. When I swirl my brush, even though there's no fallout, it looks like it's just like getting all messed up. I don't know. Here's what I could come up with for the eyes. Honestly, the palette was not my favorite. I feel like you can literally only do this one eye look because all the rest are shimmers and this is the only matte. So I was able to line my upper and lower line and then do a little bit of a wing with the matte. And then I kept the shimmers on the lid and in their inner corner. Like the Urban Decay palettes are way better than this and they're about the same price. So now we're trying the High Volume Intense Mascara. The mascara retails for $29. It has a silicone tip that's shaped like a football. Okay, here's 2 coats of mascara. We're gonna do a 3rd layer. So this is 3 layers. I definitely feel like it gave my lashes maximum volume. Actually more volume than the Hella Thick mascara from Fenty, which I found didn't actually give my lashes a whole lot of volume. Next up, we're trying the lip liner from MAKIAGE. This is in the shade Spice. And we're just gonna go right in. This is the Dirty Talk lipstick from El Maquillage. It's in the shade Adriana. Last but not least, we have this Lip Service lip gloss. This is in the shade Bow Down. I actually love this bottle. So here's what it's looking like on the hand. It's a little patchy and like streaky. We're gonna try it on the lips. Yeah, I don't know about this. This is a no. Alright, now it's time to give my final thoughts. First up is the primer. This definitely smoothed my face. I actually really enjoyed it. The price tag is a little high, but I feel like it's worth it because you can definitely notice the difference between this side, which has no primer, and this side that does. So it definitely works. I'm gonna rate this a 7 out of 10. It could be better if it wasn't so high priced, but I do like it. Next up, we have this foundation. Now, will I say it's the best foundation I tried? No. Is it the worst? Also no. It definitely gives a skin matte finish, but I think it's a little heavier than they claim. Overall, I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10. I think it needs a little bit of improvement. Next up, we have the concealer, and for this one, I don't think I would buy it personally. It wasn't my favorite. It's a medium, like light medium coverage. I feel like you definitely need to layer it up to get more coverage out of it. So it just doesn't work very well for me personally. But if you like something that's a lighter coverage, definitely give it a shot. I'm gonna rate this a 6 out of 10. Next up, we have the Baked Blush. And for the blush, I actually really liked it. The formula was nice, it was very pigmented, and it showed up on my face, which is very important. It didn't make me look ashy, and it was just bright enough. So I give it a... we're gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. I think the only thing that can make this better would be a little less fallout, but I think I really enjoy it still. For the foundation brush, I thought it applied the foundation pretty well, but it's just like your standard brush. I don't think you need to spend $40+ on a brush that's gonna do the same as a $10 brush. So I definitely think you can pass on this. I'm gonna rate it a 5 out of 10. Like, it does the job, it works, but it's just too high in price. Now we have the eyeshadow palette, and I wasn't a huge fan working with this. It only had 1 matte, and then the rest were shimmers, which I really don't like in a quad. I want at least 2 mattes. So in my opinion, this is just kind of like a pass, especially for the price. It's $45. You could get a $45 palette that has way more colors than this. So not a huge fan. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Then we have the liquid liner. This was my favorite item, I think, of the entire day. It definitely gave me a nice velvet matte liner. The tip is very pointed. It's felt tip, but it didn't dry out on me, which I really like. And for the price, I think it's reasonable. So I'm gonna give the liner a 8 out of 10. It's perfect. I think there's not really anything else I could do to make it better. I just want to see how it wears over time, because then I might give it a 10 out of 10. Then we have the mascara. This is the curling mascara. I think it definitely gave my lashes a curl and a volume. I did need to add 3 layers of this, which wasn't my favorite, but I think it's definitely something that works. I'm gonna give this mascara a 7 out of 10. This is the lip liner. I really enjoyed it. I would give it a 8 out of 10. It was super easy to apply and a really pretty color. This is the Adriana matte lipstick, and I love the color. It's super cute presentation, and I would definitely buy it again. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. It's a nice matte formula. It's super creamy, and I feel like the packaging is super cute as well. We have this gloss. I did not care for this at all. I'm gonna give this gloss a 2 out of 10. It was streaky, the pigment was not there, it didn't layer well on top of the matte lipstick, and I just don't really have a place for this in my makeup space. Alright you guys, that is the end of the video. We went through all of the products that Il Makiage sent to me. I gave them my honest review, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you check out their website and see some products that you may not have seen here in my video. I am on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Make sure you go check out my profiles, and I'll see you on the next one.